happened, I was filming away, so there was. I'm like the rock of the family, especially when it comes to times where it's like family is really needed.
But he's speaking louder than he's ever spoken before.
Ever.
And the reason why he's cryptic is for the sake of his son. Imagine having an enemy that has a position of influence in your child's life and knowing that that person sends you notes and messages every now and then. If you don't do this, if you don't do that, that boy is dead.
Thank y'all for rocking with us.
After the truth regarding Kim Porter's death was revealed, Quincy Brown just had a major breakdown in court. Purchase this. The feds just revealed startling evidence in Quincy's and Diddy's trials. The son of Kim Porter lost everything. We are discussing tears, anger, and sheer destruction. Why? Because of what was disclosed, our understanding of Kim's unexplained death has completely changed. Kim passed away a few days before she was allegedly preparing to make shocking public statements regarding Diddy then. Important records pertaining to her purported pneumonia death inexplicably disappeared. But here's the thing, fresh information indicates that he wasn't where he said he was that evening. It's more than just sadness. Spoy understood that his mother's passing wasn't an accident. Given Diddy's history of alleged threats and cover-ups, the answer may be worse than we anticipated, so you're not prepared for this drama. Was Kim Porter her?
Imagine that your baby mom is telling you that if you don't do what he wants you to do, he's going to kill your child. And you know he's capable of it. Allegedly.
Guys, a storm has just engulfed Quincy, and it has the potential to completely alter his existence. He had kept his head down, remained silent, and stayed out of the commotion surrounding his mother's unexplained death for years. Until that silence was broken behind closed doors. During a secret meeting with federal authorities, Quincy received a shocking revelation. The recovery of Kim Porter's flash drive has been made, and among the most private letters on it is a sealed message that was written especially for him. When Quincy first saw the evidence, he dissected. According to sources, it hit him like a freight train. Given that this isn't merely concerning Diddy, this concerns his mother's voice and her last words, which are making him face all he has attempted to hide. However, we must pause for a moment in order to comprehend this court drama, because this is the worst portion of the narrative. As you can see, Kim Porter was the cornerstone of that family and more than simply Diddy's ex. A kid of hers, Quincy, was raised by Diddy from the age of 3, despite being biologically Alb's son. Even when Kim and Diddy split up, they continued to be close co-parents, tending their children's events and maintaining their mixed family ties. Robust. And this is when the means increases. Quincy has always been torn between his biological father, Alb Shah, and his father, Diddy, who reared him. Undoubtedly, the father-son relationship with Al is peculiar, to say the least. On Kim's death anniversary, Quincy posted a heartfelt and poignant remembrance. An old picture of him alone with his mother. Here's a rare photo of me with my mom and dad. I miss you every day. The message was clear and unmistakable. A caption full of love for Kim, with no reference to Al or shared memories. He honors her. However, Albie had no intention of taking that lightly. In essence, he begged Quincy to come home by posting a public appeal online, stating that the door was always open. It was heartfelt and unfiltered, and Quincy's response was quiet. Instead, he publicly and unrepentantly leaned more into his devotion to Diddy. Now that the feds have this flash drive, Quincy's entire life is appended. What did Kim leave for him to read? And will it alter his loyalty? Because there might be. No turning back once the letter is opened, is the question. Currently, China's life has altered drastically in 2018. That year, Kim was unexpectedly discovered dead at her Los Angeles residence. The official account is lobar pneumonia. But something seemed strange right away, and others close to her didn't believe it, including Albie, who started asking questions right away. Kim, he claimed, was now in excellent health. She was enjoying Quincy's Netflix Christmas movie with her family just a few days prior to her passing. Diddy, among others, she was dancing and happy, showing no symptoms of illness or warning signs. And Albie claims that she was in the finest physical condition of her life when she abruptly disappeared. What happened next was heightened the suspicions. Never were autopsy images released to the public. Her official cause of death was not disclosed by the coroner for weeks, and that silence said volumes. Then, in 2024, things simply took a terrifying turn. A flash drive that Kim provided to a close friend prior to her death was purportedly retrieved by the FBI. There are purportedly videos, and handwritten notes of Quincy's last days in a sealed letter addressed to her. Furthermore, those with knowledge of the matter claim that the flash drive could reveal all. We are discussing more than possibly far more profound than anyone had thought. Kim obviously wanted someone to find it, and it might finally be revealed now. Kim's personal writings, diaries, and digital notes are purportedly included in Darvis Nathan's book. But I'll make sure to call BS on the entire situation right away. He claimed that Kim's laptop, phones, and other personal electronics were taken, and he now thinks that they were used to fabricate a story. Al released what he said were screenshots of private text communications between him and Kim, in which she purportedly expressed concerns about her safety. But he didn't stop there. Only a few months before she passed away now, in an interview with Fox 5 New York, revealed that this wasn't just paranoia, but rather a warning that she didn't survive long enough to carry out. Kim specifically told him to be cautious regarding Diddy, he claimed. And her passing coincided with her getting ready to share everything she knew. Interview.
There's a wonderful Kim Porter, the late Kim Porter, who, kind of warned me all along the way to, just kind of watch your back, so on and so forth, and I didn't understand why.
Because of Diddy?
Basically.
Do you believe that she died of pneumonia?
Absolutely not.
Why? What evidence do you have?
She was in the best of health. We just saw each other prior to her passing. We were actually celebrating our son's new Netflix Christmas special, and she was doing just fine. In fact, we were all at the event together at Netflix in the lobby. Sean, myself, the children, all having a great time, and I'm, grabbing Sean like, what? And she's in the back going, stop, So it was a really festive opportunity just for all of us to be together, because it's nothing like the circus that's out here. So it was, a lot of the stuff, came to surprise, but a lot of the stuff will be revealed and that's why I thought it would be a good idea to finally tell my story. Every network came.
And the section that is causing shockwaves is here. The feds are now becoming involved. Flash drive we previously discussed, which Kim provided to a friend prior to her passing, is now thought by prosecutors to support everything Al has been alleging, including the stolen devices and Kim's worries for her safety. This isn't just another celebrity story. As we discover more, it becomes increasingly apparent that it is a cover-up that is being exposed in real time. Let's return to the flash drive, the piece of evidence that may alter everything. According to investigators, didn't simply comprise personal notes and letters, and it contained files. Kim Porter reportedly began to exhibit genuine terror in the latter weeks of her life, according to one of her close friends. She informed them that she felt as though someone was watching her, and that she even thought her phone had been compromised. Clearly, she had something in mind, whether it was a private journal, a trail of documents, or even video recordings. It appeared as though Kim was preparing to speak, or at the very least, defend herself in the event of what went wrong. It is now thought by some that she intended to go public, as Cassie ultimately did, and Albie Shaw implied this in statements indicating that Kim was following the same course and might have been preparing to come forward with charges. Or tell the truth. If that's the case, Kim's 2018 passing wasn't simply unexpected. It was well-timed and calculated. Additionally, Investigators now believe that Kim's personal notebook, laptop, and phone were erased soon after her death. It may not be the sole backup, though, as the flash drive survived. More copies may be out there with people Kim trusted. According to the feds, quiet, devoted friends, family, and secret places. And this is the most absurd theory. Rumor has it that Kim was the first person to come out with information about how Diddy would be the target of a significant RICO case. But she left before anything could come to light. And there has been stillness ever since. Consequently, we return to Quincy, the son who is enmeshed in everything it could be. The finding of that flash drive, particularly the sealed letter intended for Quincy that ultimately sends him over the line. According to those close to him, he broke down upon seeing it. Quincy has remained silent and faithful for years, standing by Diddy as the world watched everything fall apart. However, if this letter discloses Kim's worries, warnings, or final realities, how long can he remain silent? It's already too late. Making a move, he informed Fox 5 that he was prepared to testify and do so. He is adamant that Kim did not die of natural causes and holds Diddy accountable for his attempts to harm him, including placing a bounty on his head. As Diddy's staff works to minimize the harm, he claims that she was murdered on record and is ready to repeat it in court. The FBI is resolutely opposing their dismissal of Kim's lost words, the memoir, as phony and the flash drive as contrived. The metadata is verified to match Kim's gadgets by forensic specialists. The timestamps on the files are reliable. Additionally, the handwriting on that letter to Quincy is genuine, not edited. The courtroom now seems to be at a boiling point. Kids of Diddy are divided. During a particularly tearful testimony, Christian, his son with Kim, hardly spoke, and his twin daughters reportedly left. The kid of Justin Diddy and Misa, Hilton, is keeping quiet, but Quincy is still by Diddy's side for the time being. But something is changing. The end may come if Quincy flips and speaks. Since he knows what life was like inside that house, lived under Diddy's roof, grew up with Kim, and has a unique understanding of both worlds. Perhaps Kim's last request for her baby to open his eyes was contained in the sealed letter. Additionally, Diddy might be prosecuted if the message is received as authorities believe it would be, because this case is now about cover-ups, intimidation, and possibly even murder rather than just trafficking. This conflict for Quincy is not merely a legal one. It is an emotional one between the man who reared him and his mother, who may have lost her life defending him. Now, the trial is underway. Albie Shaw is confined within the formal proof is the flash drive. The FBI is investigating key